Hey everybody, hope you guys are healthy and safe. So in today's video, we're taking a look at the Honor 70. So this is the newest upper mid-tier phone from Honor, and it is launching internationally at IFA, the trade show in Berlin. So I don't know the price, at least for the European region of this phone yet, but the Honor 70 actually already launched in China and Malaysia a couple of weeks ago. And in China and Malaysia, the pricing starts at around the equivalent of 400 US dollars. Now, I do think this phone is going to be a little bit more expensive than that for the European region. There is a rumor that this will retail for 549 euro, which converts to around 540 US dollars. So for this price, you get a 6.7-inch OLED panel, 1080 by 2400 resolution, 120 Hz refresh rate. However, this is not an LTPO panel, meaning the refresh rate, you can only switch between 60 Hz or 120 Hz. Honor will do that automatically for you, or you can lock your phone to 120 or 60 at all times. The processor inside is a Snapdragon 778G Plus chip, so it's the same chip used in the Nothing phone and a couple of other upper mid-range phones. It's a very capable and efficient processor that will get the job done for most people. It's a very good processor at this $400 to $500 price range. There's 8 gigs of RAM and a 4,800 mAh battery inside, despite this phone being pretty sleek. This phone's really easy to hold because the back is grippy. The thickness is only 7.8 millimeters and it weighs only 178 grams, so it's a very light and easy to hold phone. It helps that the back and the front of the phone curves a little bit, so it nestles into my palm a little bit better than, say, an iPhone or a Nothing phone. Now, not everybody likes curved screens, but I like it. I like looking at the side and seeing images kind of spill off the screen like an infinity pool. I'm also a fan of this design as a whole, particularly this striking camera module of the 2 large circles. Now, of course, this design is not new. This basically is the Huawei P50 design language that's carried over to Honor devices. But, it's not new, but I like how it looks. It's very elegant, yet visually striking. Now, the haptics in this phone are solid, meaning they're not the best flagship level haptics I've ever felt, but they're not bad either. At least when I'm typing, the keys don't feel mushy. You do get some precision haptic feedback. Unfortunately, the phone only has one bottom-firing speaker, but it does get pretty loud. So overall, the look and design and construction with the Honor 70 is nice, but it's nothing we haven't seen before. So what sets the Honor 70 apart from the 12, 15 other mid-range phones on the market? Well, that would be the main camera, because this main camera, it's the Sony IMX800 sensor. So this is a brand new sensor that just got introduced in May, and the Honor 70 is the first phone to use this sensor. It's a 54 megapixel wide lens. 54 megapixel, it's a little bit odd for camera resolution, but it's used for pixel binning, so you can expect to get 13.5 megapixel images. Now, the image sensor of this IMX800 is relatively large, is 1/1.5 inch. It's actually larger than the image sensor that you get in the flagship Honor Magic 4 Pro, or even like a flagship Oppo Find X5 Pro. So the combination of the relatively large image sensor plus pixel binning means that you can grab night shots that look very bright without needing to use night mode. Just look at these samples here. I'm snapping them at night and the photos just turn out very, very bright. In fact, they may be a little bit too bright, like meaning they don't even look like night photos anymore. This ultra-wide camera is a 50 megapixel sensor. It has a pretty wide 123 degree field of view, but the ultra-wide camera is best used during the day. During the day, you can get some sweeping landscape shots, but at night, the light intake's a little bit low and images are a little bit soft. But again, I think any other ultra-wide camera at this price range is going to perform about the same. You can't expect ultra sharp, low light, ultra-wide images unless you're paying like 900 or 1,000 US dollars. The good news is that the ultra-wide camera can double as a macro sensor, and the macro shots are respectable. And finally, up here at the very top, it's a 2 megapixel depth sensor. If you watch my videos, you already know my stance on these 2 megapixel sensors, so let's move on. Around the front, you have a 32 megapixel selfie camera housed in this hole punch that's in the center of the screen. Now, looking at photo samples, I think in general, the main camera is really good. Dynamic range is on point during the day, even when I'm shooting against harsh backlight. And at night, again, it just takes in so much light. You don't have to use night mode anymore when you're shooting with the main camera of the Honor 70. But you'll want to do more than just snap still photos with the Honor 70, because the Honor 70's standout feature, at least in my opinion, It's this unique video shooting mode. So last year's Honor 50 already introduced multi-video mode, which allows you to shoot with like the main camera and the selfie camera at the same time, or main camera and ultra wide camera at the same time, and you get a video in these grids. So you can kind of vlog in real time with multiple perspectives. And that's been quite fun to play with, particularly since I've been traveling with my girlfriend and her parents in Singapore. So just shooting vlogs where I can film myself or film them while at the same time getting what's in front of me. Or here at this convenience store, I'm filming the convenience store while I'm also zooming in to this guy's cool hair. But the Honor 70 actually improves on that multi-video mode with this new thing called Person Autofocus Tracking Technology. So what it is you can film a video of a group of people. Let's say there's like 10 people in the frame. You can lock on to one specific person by just tapping on that person on the screen. Then the phone will automatically grab a separate video of that person. So as you can see here, I'm filming a video with multiple people in frame, but I can also grab a second video that's just focusing on my girlfriend and her movements. Again, right here, I'm pointing at a bunch of people walking, yet I can lock on to one specific person for a separate video. And the magic is that I don't have to do this twice. I don't have to film two separate videos. I can just point my camera at a group of people and I can get two videos, one with the whole group and a second video of just one particular person, and it tracks the movement accurately. So I can see many useful scenarios for this. Like for example, if I'm shooting a band, I can have a video of just the entire band, but then I can also have one specific video of just the singer or the drummer or whoever else you want to focus on. You can also shoot two videos moving at different speeds. So again, I just point my camera at something and I can get two videos, one moving at real time, the other moving at slow motion. So I think all these features make the Honor 70 a pretty fun vlogging phone. You can just point your camera at something and know that you can film what's in front of you, what's behind you, or film at ultra wide angle and 2x zoom at the same time, or film things at different speeds. Now as for normal video, you can shoot up to 4K 30 only, so not 4K 60. And stabilization for the main camera is pretty good during the day, but at night you do get those micro jitters that you get with every other phone on the market except an iPhone. Okay, so you're watching a nighttime video with the Honor 70 main camera footage, nighttime video. As for general performance, the Snapdragon chip here is perfectly fine. I've been using the phone mostly for social media, navigating around Singapore, and some light gaming, and I've had absolutely no issues. The single speaker is a little bit bummer though if you want to watch videos. On the software front, the Honor 70 runs Magic UI 6.1 over Android 12. Even though Honor is a separate company from Huawei now, Magic UI still feels very similar to EMUI. I think it takes a little bit more time for Honor to develop its own identity. So that's both a good and bad thing if you ask me. I think EMUI or Magic UI does several things that are quite good. I like that you can enlarge a folder to just, make my work folder a little bit more prominent. I like that some of the first-party apps have an interactive widget. For example, this is the photo gallery app. If I swipe up on it, it will show me a picture that the phone thinks it looks good. And for the most part, the phone makes pretty good decision. This is indeed a pretty good shot. I can pin it to the home screen like so, and it'll switch to a separate photo every now and then. I also think Magic UI/EMUI has one of the most intuitive multitasking systems around. So if you swipe from the side and hold, you bring up this little taskbar, and any app that you open in this taskbar opens in a small floating window. So a lot of times I'll have an email open or Google Maps open, and I just need to open the calculator app really quick. I just pull open the bar and do that, and then you can resize the calculator to make it smaller too so it doesn't get in the way. So I do think Magic UI does several things that are quite good. However, I am not a fan of the fact that there is no app tray. So all your apps has to sit on the home screen. And if you want to bring down the notification panel, you have to swipe from the top of the screen. If you swipe from the middle, you get this system-wide search. And to be honest, I think if you ask any Android user, this notification panel is more important than a system-wide search. There's a reason why every other phone, from Google to Samsung to Oppo to Vivo, allows you to bring down this notification shade without reaching all the way to the top. Like if you think about it, it's hard to do this with one hand. So this is something that I think Honor should consider fixing for future Magic UI. Now battery life is good too. The 4800 mAh cell can last me a full 12 to 13 hours out and about. and still come home with like 20 to 30% left. And the phone also comes with a 66 watt fast charging brick that will top up your phone from like 0 to 60% in 20 minutes. So overall, the Honor 70 is comfortable to hold, has a main camera that produces good night shots, and has some interesting video shooting modes. But the ultra wide is a little bit soft on details, and the phone is missing things like an official IP rating or stereo speakers. So whether this phone is worth a purchase or not depends on the price you can get it at. In my opinion, if you can get this phone for around $400 US like you can in Asia, it's definitely worth considering. It's a pretty good deal. However, if the price gets up to around $550 US or higher, then there are other options out there like the Nothing Phone 1 or the Google Pixel 6a, and both of those phones are actually a little bit cheaper than €550. But if you do enjoy vlogging, the Honor 70 can do stuff that other phones cannot. And if you're immersed in Honor's ecosystem, you know, Honor has a laptop, has earbuds, then the Honor 70 will play nicer with those devices too. So that's one advantage that Honor has that say like the Nothing Phone does not have right now. Because Honor was part of Huawei before, it inherited that whole seamless ecosystem synergy that Huawei has developed. So yeah, that's about it for this video on the Honor 70. I will have a lot more content coming out in the next few days because I will be in Berlin for IFA. So please stay tuned for more content. Thanks for watching.